Lucas's camera.
Oh, his camera's out. And we are live, but we'll fix that. So I'm Scott DeCamp with Catchmark SportsNet, and this is the Whitehall Boys Track and Field 2023 Media Day. And it's our it's not really a preview because their season has started, but we have with us today Nate Boley. You see him in the bottom right here, and you see Coach Kirk Michelson in the top left. And we have Lucas Palmer, which he's in a darkened screen, and we're going to get that fixed so we can actually see him. So just bear with us while I work on that. And but I'll get you guys going on some stuff. Just if you could introduce yourselves and just tell our audience what you do, what events you do, and how long you've been doing this.
I'm Nate Bully. I've been doing this probably since about 6th grade. But I've always came back to the 4x4 relay, the 4x2, and somewhat any of the middle sprint distance area-ish and long jump.
I'm Lucas Palmer. I've been doing this also since 6th grade, and I do anything from the 400 meter and below, including the relays.
And I'm Coach Kirk Michelson. I've been doing this since 7th grade. We couldn't participate as 6th graders back in the 80s, so they've been doing track ever since.
Nice. So tell me a little bit about, and anyone can chime in at any time, and we're still going to get this one fixed here, so because everyone wants to see Lucas for sure. Don't want him to be left out here, but just tell me how the season started out for you guys so far. Anyone can chime in at any time.
Yeah, we started out typical season. We're waiting for winter sports athlete to get done. We're doing some indoor work with the kids that are available, and once the season hit, we got going. The VAC is a huge benefit for us because when the weather's bad, we're still going, and we got facilities to do everything we need to do. But once the weather turned, we got outside, got going. We knew this was going to be a good year, so a lot of excitement around it.
And guess what? Look who's on the screen now. Welcome, Lucas. He's been here all the time, but he's been here all along, but we got him. So apologies for that, Lucas. But we're going to give you the floor now for a little bit because no one's actually been able to see your face until a couple seconds ago. So
Yeah, so like Cap's saying, it's a good season so far. We practice in the winter, and we have Coach Andrew Barrett back. He's been a big help too this entire season, especially during the winter season. He's also the current 4x4 record holder at Whitehall, so that's pretty cool to see and work with. And we had a meet, our first outdoor meet against Montague and Fremont. We went by pretty well, I'd say. That was also a pretty fun meet.
So was it the 4x2 that you guys won?
Yep.
Won the state title, defending state champs. You guys were both part of that.
Yep.
So obviously high expectations in that again, but I mean just about your team. It seems like you guys have every event covered. Which I'll start with you, Coach. I guess. I mean, how you guys have had depth throughout the years. Whitehall, one of their calling cards has been depth, but how is it different maybe this year? Is it different? Is it more depth, or how is it that different?
We gear our schedule around trying to develop this depth that we get every year. This year, it's more a difference of the quality. I mean, we've had 3 guys in every event for a while, and we've been to the team's state meet frequently. Been runner-up the last 2 years with this group, but it's definitely the quality. These guys, our top 2 and sometimes 3 in every event, are really good athletes. They'd be the top guy on almost every other school around here.
Any comments on that, and if you guys want to expound on that?
Oh yeah, you said our depth. Our depth's really good because
Speak into the mic if you could a little bit.
Yeah. So our depth is
no
really
problem.
good. So when it comes the short distance and I guess the middle distance, we've always been pretty good. But now our long distance has gotten better and better. Props to Andre Richmond and Carter because they've been training those kids at heart and will. So now that we have kids in distance, our depth's good, but now it's better because Cap said, quality. Our quality's good. We're running good times, and it's gonna look really good for us in the post.
Yep, we have those role models right now, which is nice. Like Carter, Andre, they set the bar, and we're setting the bar for the underclassmen. They get frustrated because they don't seem as fast, but they're running against state champions. They don't realize it, but they are fast.
It's all relative, and having that depth is key. And you guys got a taste of what that state title thing is in your relay event, but how cool would it be to do that as a team? How special would it be just because you're sharing that with your whole team?
It'd be very special because we want to get the state meet, but we also want to get the individual state meet too. So
right.
we want to go 1 and 2 for
right.
both. So it's going to be special because then it would lead off the juniors that are just as fast as all of us.
Yeah.
So it'll set a good bar.
I've wondered, Coach, would you guys put more stock in the mid, like as a team thing? That I know the MHSA one is an individual qualifying thing, although they do hand out team, they have team scores and all that stuff based upon who you have there competing. But what's a bigger deal to you guys, and what's a bigger deal maybe across the state?
Yeah, it depends on the program. I prefer a large team, deep program like we've got this year, and so the team state is really what we're gearing that team around. The MHSAA finals, really, you could win that with one guy. If you had one guy who could win the 100, the 200, the 400, and the long jump, it's 40 points. So they give out a team title for that when it's really just you have the top-notch guy that's heading off to some D1 college. I like the team state concept because you have to develop 3 guys deep in every single event, really gets guys involved. And one of the best races I can remember was the first team state we went to. Your third 2-miler who hasn't scored a point all year is going to score because in the team state format, every place, the more points you get. And the entire team was around the track cheering on that third 2-miler in that race who was running for points for his team. And it was an awesome feeling.
I can understand how special that makes that. What kind of hardware do they give out for that? Is it, because obviously we all know what the MHSA gives out, those wooden mittens, but for Mitka, what do they give out?
Yeah, it's changed over the years. It used to be one of the clear glass ones, and then over the last few years they've changed to a similar one to the MHSA. It's a wooden mitten, and then they give gold medals to the first place team, silver to the second place team, and they give a championship and runner-up trophy.
Did you say Whitehall has won one of those before or no?
We have not won a team state.
Mm-hmm. I thought you've been close a few times, right?
We've got 4 runner-up trophies.
Yeah. So this is the year, huh, guys?
Should be.
Yep.
For sure.
So you guys were at Fruitport, I believe, last night, and sounds like you had a couple guys maybe under the weather, but despite that, you guys still performed really well as a team. And what can you guys say about how that looked, and even going back to Wednesday? Was it Tuesday or Wednesday?
It was Wednesday.
The Wednesday when you had the conference meet there, not the full conference one, but the try or whatever you had. And how do you think that bodes for what the season could be?
I'd say that kind of like how we said, we had a couple guys under the weather, but we had depth and we were able to pick up the slack in the relays and the races that we needed to. So it kind of gives us a good eye opener for like deep down the season. Say someone gets hurt, well, we know we have someone who can replace them and do the same exact thing that we were doing.
And you beat Berrien Springs, right? Which didn't you say they won the title last year?
Yes, they won the MHSA title last year. They were at team state, but they didn't have the depth that Frankenmuth ended up winning that meet, and we were runner-up. So we were a little bit deeper, so they didn't finish as high in the team.
And so in terms of, like, where's the Mitka meet this year? Where are they hosting that at again?
Berrien Springs.
Berrien Springs, yeah.
There you go.
Okay. Is that, do you know, how often do you know, or can you forecast what teams you're likely going to be battling with for that spot, or those top 3 spots or whatever?
Yeah, we do a power ranking throughout the year. It's run by the Coaches Association. So the teams that have good teams will put their entries in, and that will score it out, in the top 10 teams in the power rankings will go to team state, basically. And so throughout the season, we can kind of get a preview who's going to be there based on what Frankenmuth has back and what we have back. Everybody's safely assuming Whitehall and Frankenmuth will be back.
Yeah. So we're going to get to a little bit of some fun stuff here. But first, I want to have you guys describe in one word Coach Michelson.
You go first.
What he is and what he means.
Man, I don't even know. There's so many.
Wait, by means, like how he means well?
No, just how what he means to you guys, or describe what he is or what he represents.
Role model.
That's 2 words, but it counts. I'll take it. I'll accept it.
That's the one.
Yeah.
He brings a smile to the table when he's excited, and you never see him like during track meets. You'll see him in one spot, and he'll be across the track in 2 seconds. You won't even know where he went. So.
He's a man of many hidden talents. You don't know he's going to pull out of his
He's very stealthy.
Yes.
Yeah, he is.
I know that because I've tried to find them at these large track meets like the state finals, but that's for anybody. It's because there's so many people, it's hard to track people down. But okay, Coach, your turn. For each of these young men here, describe them in one word or two.
Yeah.
My thing.
It'd be hard for me not to say like my own children. All the kids on the team, I love them so much. They bring so much to the table. We have fantastic times together, and we share the good, we share the bad, and at the end of the day, we hug it out and go home, and they're just really special.
So who's the fastest guy on the team? I know there's probably a debate about that, but who is?
It's Malcolm Irvin.
Malcolm Irvin.
Anyone close?
I would say we're all pretty close in the similar
Yeah.
areas. It really depends on the day, but if it came to like time splits, for sure, I'd have to give it to Malcolm Irvin. He works the hardest out of all of us, and him and Lucas do. But
Who's the strongest kid on the team?
Wesley Russell.
Wesley,
You have any nicknames for him that you can say on
Thor.
on podcast? Okay.
Yeah, Thor, the Viking.
Hulk.
Do you guys have him get off the bus first when you're at track meets and make sure he's wearing his tank top?
Yeah, usually carries the.
You kind of like for a football team, you have the biggest guy come off the bus first.
Normally we have him carrying the pole poles with one hand like this. Sometimes he's like twisted on his
Like this.
finger and stuff.
So he's like this, and he's kind of like flexing. Can you show me where the weight room is? Kind of flexing.
No, it's really like this. You got the pole vault on his finger.
Yeah, just like this. Just
With the bag of shots in one hand too.
He's curling those in his other hand so he can get a forearm pump.
Coach, I'm not sure if you have a daughter or had daughters, but who would be the one guy on the team that you would be okay with dating your daughter?
None of them.
Good answer.
And
There's gotta be one. No, pause. Go back. There's gotta be one.
if you have to pick one. And this is in no way meaning to offend anybody here, but we're just having fun with it.
I'll have to steal one from my dad. I'll go Cam Thompson.
Oh my God.
My dad.
Oh my.
begged-
Take that back right now.
My dad
You might as well
begged-
say Corbin. Corbin is way better.
He begged all of us to marry a girl that was tall so that we could get some height.
Yeah. There, see, he's
Okay,
got reasoning
there you go.
here.
That's fair enough.
That's good reasoning.
Very
So,
And he's athletic, I
strategic.
guess.
so who's the biggest clown on the team?
Andre
Richmond. Andre Richmond, without a question.
Golly.
Well, I can vouch for that because when he had his signing day and I was trying to get photos, he had a different expression for every photo I took, and they were all kind of goofy. He was kind of like doing this and just all different kinds of expressions.
That's honest.
Does that surprise you guys?
No, not at all.
At all.
So you got your teammates here watching through the
Yeah.
glass window here, but
They're Caps fans, actually.
any questions for me? I usually don't turn this around, but any questions for me on this?
Who do you think is the top 4 fastest in the conference in the 100 and 200?
Man, I haven't seen them all yet, so that's hard to say, but I think safe to say we're going to start in Whitehall just because you guys have the best team. And I know Malcolm can fly, so he's up there. Gosh, I'm trying to think of who's back this year. And there's new schools, of course, too. So there's no one that's coming to mind right now in
You haven't
those.
seen the new conference yet.
I haven't seen the new conference, but that's a good segue because we are live streaming the West Michigan Conference Lakes Division Championship at Whitehall. That'll be the first time we've ever streamed a track meet, so that'll be pretty cool.
Awesome.
That'll be fun. But just any closing thoughts or parting shots before we move on, because we want to get you guys out to the fog machine slow motion video as well.
I just want to mention, you hit on Barrett a little bit. Our coaching staff has,
Oh, yeah.
has
Oh,
come
yeah.
together so nicely this year. With Tommy's been with me for 21 years, and we've won the conference every year that Tommy's been with me in a row now. And Coach Barrett is phenomenal, and Jeff Bassett both ran for me at Whitehall here, both on the 4x4 record board in the gymnasium. We picked up Josh Weir this year from Holton. He was their head coach over there, and him and Barrett were good friends. And so when there was an opening, he jumped into that. And Crystal Vaughn's been with us for quite a few years now too, and just brings incredible knowledge to pole vault, high jump, and a little bit of long jump when she gets a chance. And then Joe Stakowitz volunteers his time 3 days a week, and obviously has done a great job with the
Star, so
Oh yeah.
have you guys seen that?
Do not forget
You
out.
gotta cut this part out. You get so mad at it.
No, I'm leaving it in, especially now. So, anything else from you guys? Any other thoughts?
I'll touch in on what Cap said. We do from my first freshman year with that whole COVID thing, our coaching staff wasn't as well, like you could tell, put together. But then when we came out of COVID, like every single year, our coaching staff's gotten better and better and better. And honestly, when it comes to like our relays and all that, like if we didn't have Jagger and Coach Barrett, we would not have been anywhere near how good of a 4x2 or 4x4 or 4x1 relay team we're gonna be and are. So I was really just thanks to them because they helped us out a lot.
That's cool.
Yeah, I just want to say we got a big bond as like a family there. Like you can talk to like any coach and it's like you know them in like 2 seconds. Like they're all so nice and like we all trust them. That's a big part of track is trusting the process because so it takes a while to get where you want to be. And then yeah, especially Tommy.
Tommy's the man.
That guy's got a steel trap. You can ask him like any question from any year, and Tommy's gonna pause, think about it, pull it out of his like files, and
He knows every record. Guaranteed.
Literally.
Ask him anything.
That's crazy. I will. I'm going to test him. I should get him on the podcast again because I know he'd love it.
I'll put 20
So.
bucks on it. He gets it right.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate you being on here. I'm going to get you out to the studio now so you can join your teammates and everything. But what? Yeah.
Can you hit the noise?
Hit the noise. Oh, you want me to play a few things?
Where'd you get that one from?
Which one do you want to close with, guys?
The
All right, guys. Hopefully this is not foreshadowing of your season, but
Thanks for having us.
thanks for coming on, guys.
thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys.